Hello and welcome back here on my English YouTube channel about my Lego City project called Brickworld. Today's update is a two-parted update because on the one side we're working once again here on my brick bank mock, working once again at the roof, adding some urban farming on top of it, a new minifigure, some lights, so something is happening on top of that roof because it's a little bit boring how it looks like at the moment, and later we're going back to the old town, so stay tuned. Here you can see a kind of urban farming, rooftop gardening I want to add to the city, and I want to add it on top of my brick bank mock. That's just a random photo I found at Google, and that's a kind of inspiration. I just started to add a kind of greenhouse here. I also added the entrance to the top of here. There's no real hole under it because we do not need it, but it just has that look of that you can go up here, and here is that greenhouse I added here. There are going to be some stuff inside. Also added a light already here, and on the other parts of that roof I want to add some other greenery stuff, some flowers maybe, I'm not sure at the moment, but of course the most important part is that greenhouse here on the right side, and for that I'm using a Lego set that's a 60345. I got it some weeks ago from a fan, and I'm just using some stuff from it to add it to my greenhouse. As you can see, the greenhouse itself is now finished. Inside there's some stuff. We have one new minifigure, so we have 972 minifigures now. And I also used the colors I already have on top of that roof, so gray colors and a little bit of white maybe, and just to have that look I want to have all over that building. And now we're adding some more greenery stuff at that location, of course also in that location, because there's a lot of free space. We can add some more greenery stuff and to make that roof of the brick bank more interesting, because it is just a little bit boring at the moment. So let's go and add some parts here, just adding some brown plates for the soil. On top of it I'm using some leaves, everywhere. And also adding some boxes, some little stuff, some kinds of the air conditioning stuff on top of it. These little boxes, you can see here some flowers, and it looks much better now in my opinion. It's accessible, everything. We have a little cat here to make it a little bit more nice here on top. And I think it looks much better because before we added all that stuff, it was just a very boring, random, light bluish gray rooftop here, and now it looks so much better. So let's put it back on the city on top of our building. As you can see, it looks better already now in that angle, but in a moment we're also going to look at it from the other angles and we'll see how nice it looks. And that's the final look of my brick bank mock. It's really the final update on that building, and now it's completely finished. I also like the look of that light inside the greenhouse, and it looks better. It was something a lot of people on the German channel suggested, to add some more stuff on top of the roof. You also did it here on the English channel, and now that's the final look, and I'm very satisfied. I hope you like it also, because that urban farming stuff or that greenery on roofs, I think it's a very nice addition to a very urban city to make it a little bit more green. On the other side, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we are now going to the old city, working at that gaps here to add more stuff, because I want to finish the exterior part of the old city very soon. So first of all, I have closed that gap here next to the wall. There's going to be a tree in a moment, but for now we have some rock formations, some brown plates for soil. Also worked a little bit on the left side with that wall, and now there's going to be the place where I want to put a tree. We're going to see that in a moment. Also you can see how nicely that fits here with that edge of that or that corner here with these little bit strange angles everywhere. You will see in the future updates that there's a very complicated part here, because we have so many different angles here that are combining into that spot. So we have to do something in the future, but not for today. As I already told, we want to work a little bit more here on the wall. So I'm adding some more of these bricks here, these modified bricks, so we can add all these little details on top of it. Also adding some lights, and on top of it, you can see it's brown because I want to add a kind of wooden walkway on top of it. But for now, we're using that here. That's a bonsai tree for the official Lego set. And I'm just making a test of it if it fits right in that spot I want to have it, because I want to have some more trees inside the old city, but that's not how we will place it, because we're adding some more leaves on it to make it look a little bit nicer, and I think it's a very good addition to that place. And it adds a nice little spot here with that now filled gap, that tree, some greenery stuff, the wall on the left side with these little lights here, everything around it. And once again, we have filled a very, bad gap here in the city, in the old city. It's not finished yet, but filling up that gap here was a very important part to make the whole look more complete. But I'm not sure if we are already done for today, but when we are going a little bit back with the camera, we can see it looks really, really better. Now it's time to work a little bit more on the city wall itself, so we can work on top of it here. There's also missing some parts everywhere. You can see on the right side, there's also missing a little bit. But for now, we're just working here, adding some nice stuff to make it look more complicated. I'm adding these little statue here on top of that gateway here. I think it adds a little nice addition on the left side. As you can see, I started working with that wooden, a kind of hallway, gangway. And here you can see that we have these different angles connecting here. It's a little bit complicated to fill up all these little gaps, but using these modified bricks here and top here, adding some of these modified bricks, and then on top I can use plates and tiles, and then we can really nicely close all these little gaps. Some little gaps are still there, but I think it's no big problem, especially when you think about it. It's a old construction, old building, so little gaps in a 100 years old wall. I don't think that's a complicated task. So I really like how we can now fit everything together, all these different angles. It's a little bit complicated, but I really like the look of that. Also added, by the way, the missing wall here. I got the missing parts, so I can close that wall here. In a future update, not so far away, we are going to work on the upper floors of that building, finishing the exterior, but that's not for today. For today, we are now finished here in the old city, worked a little bit more here, added one new minifigure, the guy here looking through the window, and I really like the addition of that reddish brown and the dark brown. It adds a little more color variation to the city here, where there's a lot of gray, a little bit of green, and now adding a little bit more of the brown colors adds a nice addition. And there's going to be a kind of, it's complicated, a kind of, tower construction in a future update. You will see it later in the, I don't know, 2 or 3 updates in the future. Then we are going to finish that wall construction here, and it's a little bit complicated, but it will look nice at the end, I think. But that's something for the future. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for future updates, and bye.